And at last report, Homeland Security has said that there were more than 1,500 arrests by ICE in its latest enforcement surge that's been happening, of course, all across the metro. That doesn't include, though, the protesters that have been taken into custody recently. Our Jessica Hart spoke with a pastor about his brief experience, and he was detained, right, Jess?
Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. I talked with Reverend Kenny Callahan, who was detained on the day Renee Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent. Reverend Kenny was on his way into work at All God's Children Metropolitan Community Church when he saw a large crowd on Portland. He parked his car at his church, walked 3 blocks, and saw several ICE agents. At the time, he didn't know what was going on, but he saw several ICE agents approach a Hispanic woman who he says was all alone. Callahan says the woman told agents she wasn't afraid, and then he told ICE agents to take him instead. Moments later is when the crowd learned of the deadly shooting. He says an ICE agent approached him and asked, "Are you afraid?" Callahan said no. And then he says the agent pointed a gun in his face and handcuffed him and put him into an SUV.
And then a few moments later, they came back and they said, "Are you afraid yet?" And I said, "No." And then they said it. "Well, you're white. You wouldn't be fun anyway." And then I was shocked, because if I hadn't seen enough, it was then that I knew that this staging, that these ICE raids are really about fear and intimidation.
He says the agents also asked him for his cell phone and ID, which he didn't give them. Callahan says they let him go after about 30 minutes, and his experience hasn't deterred him from protesting again. He says he wasn't handcuffed for long and that ICE agents didn't give him a reason as to why he was detained.
Okay, Jessica Hart in our newsroom tonight. Thank you.